Hello everyone, Professor Thompson here. Today is June 27th and I have a few quick announcements, so I'll try and keep this very brief, and a couple thoughts. The first off, I want to confirm that the group assignment, the writing assignment for your groups, is canceled. I got a few emails on this and I apologize for the slow response, and I did respond to those, and I've posted a note in Blackboard in the announcements, and I sent out an email. But the group writing assignment is canceled. So I will be working to make sure that that assignment does not affect your grade. You do, however, in Unit 3, you still need to complete Chapter 8 module and quiz on groups, and then you also need to respond to the group think posting on the discussion board. So remember that you also have 2 responses to your classmates on that group think board as well. But the group writing assignment canceled. You still need to do the group chapter in Unit 2. So I'm confirming that now. The next thing I want to do is let you know that I've spent some time updating grades in the gradebook, and a couple thoughts on that. First of all, I very much subscribe to the idea that public speaking is a process. I think that a lot of times it's foundational in that you build upon things slowly. It takes time to become very good at public speaking, and you need to develop and practice those skills. And a lot of times we don't practice enough. And I think as a feedback piece, that's one core element many of you can do to improve your presentations is practice. Get out of your notes. Trust yourself. Believe that you know the information. You possess it inside you because you've written and prepared that speech. Deliver it to your audience. So practice and prepare, and the final product will be much better. And I think that if you trust yourselves and you become more natural, all the little things will work itself out. The gestures, the eye contact, the movement that you may or may not have. But trusting yourself, believing you can do it, practicing and preparing are so important. So continue to really work on that. I also, secondly, would add that I really believe that this class is not about perfecting a presentation, one presentation. And this class is not about making you a perfect public speaker. This class is about the journey. It's about overcoming any anxieties that you have to give that speech. It's about preparing to get your audience ready. It's about writing that message. So there's so many other elements other than just standing and speaking that are important for development. And the grade itself is irrelevant oftentimes as we begin this process of becoming better as speakers. So all of you got high marks, and I entered grades in for your presentations that are reflective of building that process and being a participant in that journey to improve your skill. The idea is to get you to read the content and apply that content and overcome anxiety, prepare, and do the little things to get through that journey, that process. And so the points are reflective of that. So for those of you who followed through on your presentations, those of you that you followed the state requirements, the points are reflective of that. If you have an issue about not following state requirements or a concern I have about your video, I entered a score that was reflective of a concern, and then you need to make sure that you read your email because I've emailed some of you directly. But you'll notice that I'm not concerned about your grades, and I really, for some of you who've been emailing me about your grades, I don't want you to get wrapped up in that numerical value, that quantitative assessment. I want you to think a little bit more outside the box, and I want you to think about the process as we go through this. I definitely want to say that there were some great locations and venues. Christina, you were outside for one of your speeches. Deanie, you were on a street corner for one of your speeches. Kendall delivered a speech at the mall. which was really cool. You know, some of you were at barbecues. There was one of you, I think, at almost a street festival, which was kind of cool. One of you was at a Proviso Math Academy, Emmanuel, that was you. Caitlin in the class, amazingly, she's down at the College World Series in Omaha because her brother plays for LSU. Go Tigers. But she delivered her first 2 speeches at the stadium in Omaha and also at a tailgate in Omaha. So I know that in some way you're making efforts to find an audience, gather an audience, and deliver the speech, and that's definitely noteworthy. So I appreciate that effort and that stuff. Tommy, you spoke at a firehouse. How cool is that to speak to people that you work with and that public location? I also want to say a shout out to Julia. Julia G, you had a great topic talking about anxiety. I know in a class like this that anxiety level is something, and anxiety is something that affects many of the students here. But again, as much as I am appreciative of your efforts to gather audiences and give your presentations, you've got one final presentation. So again, take this to heart, practice, trust yourself, believe that improvement is important. I've read all of your critical analyses or your self-reflections of yourself, and I'm amazed at some of the thoughts that some of you shared. I think that there is, for some of you, some great critical reflection about what you can improve on, and you know best. And I think that that's what's important. I think some of the grades that you gave yourself were very honest assessments of what that presentation represented. And I think maybe the grades that I put in there are more holistic and more representative of the, again, journey that I mentioned earlier in this video. So I want to wish you all the best today. I hope you're doing well. Finish the course. I mean, it's just about perseverance. It's about getting through these barriers. It's about doing the assignments. And we will hear from you all very soon. Have a great day. Take care.